Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Blaze Killing Tackle Frontier Season 1, as we are in the finals weekend, in the winners bracket, between the two teams actually made the top 10. The Vietnamese team, which kinda upset a lot of teams, which I call them Jumon, but apparently they have another name calling, which I need Shinjong to help me to do that, to give me some information, because I keep always pronouncing that name on something Inochi, so I apologize for that. But yeah, and we do have DaiKiu, volviste, tomar, temporada, and so yeah, two teams that not necessarily the teams that you expected made it to the winners bracket final stage, and they are both teams, despite not being top 3 seeded, and they will be actually at least achieving top 3 in this tournament. So kinda a crazy tournament, crazy upset from left and right so far, but it's gonna be such a huge battle between these two teams. And of course, my name is Yang again, and I am always here to be casting this match, and so far I'm alone. Maybe I'll get someone later, but for now, it's gonna be these two teams facing against each other. So yeah, Kotobuki Bikoto apparently is the team name. Check again. So hopefully that does my words better. And we do have Makaki as a team captain, an extremely good HD player, and an extremely good speed and stream player. Not the best player when it comes to like weird tech and stuff, or anything that isn't hidden reading. Like hard rock, Makaki is definitely not up to his game, but when it comes to like slow hidden and stuff, this guy is definitely up there to help and support the team, and does very well to cover up the speed mechanics of the team, because the team actually quite lacks quite a bit on the speed department, as the other two players are both high accuracy player and both hard rock players, which covers Makaki's weakness as well. Nuku pretty much can play every single map in the pool, I'm pretty sure. Maybe also have the 300 PPM map or DT2, but this player, very well rounded, can play some hidden as well. Definitely not his strong point, but he can cover up hidden hard rock quite well in general. And you have the craziest act player, NJ Chip 1, which is NJ, a Vietnamese player, the lone non-Japanese players in these two matches, and he is a very high accuracy. He has very high accuracy maintain and a very strong speed stream player, not speed stream player. So Nuku mostly gonna be filling in the technical picks, and no more technical picks like no more free, and NJ is probably gonna be filling in most of the street maps, the speed SV maps, like speedy SV maps such as like Hard Rock 2, possibly Hit of 1, and maybe some of the free as well. This guy is extremely good at accuracy, and that rounds out to be the team. This Kotobuki Bikoto has been actually upsetting a lot of teams so far for the entire match, which is definitely something that we did not expect. Second weekend, they did not really upset, but I guess beating out Fatherland's community 5-0, which is quite insane, knowing that Fatherland's community is a strong team, pretty strong team on that regard, because they do have because Fatherland community did upset the previous match as well, and have some basically Taekwondo World Cup players and Finnish players, and they are definitely up there to be one of the best out there. Other than that, and we do have our second upset from Kotobuki Bikoto, upsetting our first seeded team, Shota Takahashi Shota 3, which is a big surprise here, beating out some of the, I would say, one of the best player ever from one of the best teams ever for this entire tournament. And then third upset, they actually beat out Lauren Ibsen in a tiebreaker fashion. So in the tiebreaker fashion, they are definitely up a very strong team, and they earn their place here to make it to the finals weekend winners bracket. And on the other side, we do have DaiKiu, volviste, tomar, temporada, which is going to be the Chilean team. DaiKiu, Kyoshin's Necromancy, which Necromancy did change their flag to Australia, currently living in Australia, but a very high, strong SV player, hard rock player, and a technical player at that. Kyoshin's also a very strong hard rock player, and very good at reading high scroll speed stuff. Not the best when it comes to hidden or speed, but his tech and hard rock reading is definitely up there. With DaiKiu basically consolidates the rest of the team skill sets and hidden streams, and I would say a little bit weakness of speed, but so probably bending out some of the speed maps of this tournament, we'll see. And for now, we are in the warm-up, and we do have another caster who is joining with me currently right now, so I won't be alone and yapping all by myself. It's gonna be GT. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello. It's a good day for some Osutaiko action.
Yeah, absolutely. As we are on absolutely monstrous warm-up. And you do see who has the highest skill cap right here. Nuku absolutely demolishing this pick. DaiKiu not being known as like a technical player or a high skill cap player at that, so he's definitely going to be doing well on some of the streams, reading picks, but this map is definitely not his play. A 197,000 points difference between these two players, but that is just a warm-up, so not going to be a big deal. And I don't think the other team has any warm-up, so we'll be starting our actual match very soon. So GT, have you look at this pool before?
Yeah, I mean, all pretty, I guess, standard maps across all the different mods.
Yeah, especially definitely. And with these two teams being not what you expect to make it to finals weekend win this bracket, who do you think have the chance to take this match?
I think ITEST, the Japanese team, has, I would say, slight advantage throughout most of the. Just like one look at ITEST, I haven't really looked at the last week's stats, but just ITEST, I feel like the Japanese team might be slightly stronger in some areas.
Yeah. Some of the more skill cap stuff, I do believe the Japanese team has a bit of advantage in speed as well.
I think gimmick, they also would have slight advantage from what I know of these players, perhaps.
We do have Necromancy who is actually pretty decent at all sort of stuff as well. And Kyoshin's if they practice, and DaiKiu who is like a leading player, but maybe not as well as the Japanese team.
Looks like we'll get one more warm-up.
A little bit of a break time here, and we would like to see who anyone actually picks out the first take play here, which it's a not exactly a side read pick, but like a first take pick. Like if you did not play most of the maps before, play a lot of maps before, you might don't have the map, and you have 2 to 3 minutes of time to download the map and to play test the map too. So we're gonna get the most value as a player. Quickest side read players, side read teams and such. And thankfully we do have Makaki around, so we won't be missing any players. I think both teams gonna have their full team up here. So looking at both teams' picks and bans, I would say this pool is quite like we mentioned, quite standardized. No Mod 1 is literally your regular No Mod 1 with 1 zigzag, No Mod 2 is speed, No Mod 3 it's swing, No Mod 4 is stream, No Mod 5 is gimmick, something like that. So I would say the only fairly exciting pick here is definitely free mod 3, a bit more of a speed tech free mod, which you don't really see a lot of the times, but I guess that's what pool also missing. And with the SP being not that high, so it's quite interesting to see who would go for that pick. I do believe BKTF team, the Japanese team, should have a bit of a slight advantage on that pick, being a speed map plus modded maps. With, I would say, both of these skill sets mixing into each other is quite. I say it's quite rare a player who is like good at like reading maps and also speed at the same time. So kind of mix between both sides. We'll see how both team does. And look at the period span from DaiKiu's team. It's gonna be no mod 3 and slow S3 in the last weekend, and the Japanese team banning out DT1 and no mod 3. So both teams banned out the tech map last weekend.
Yeah, so maybe they'll both leave it open, but yeah, only time will tell.
Absolutely. Need to take a look at last week no more 3 as well, as I don't think I'm necessarily the most familiarized with last weekend pools that I'm unfortunately not around. This sounds like it's also another swing map, so with this weekend being the same BPM but roughly in terms of patterning and such, maybe you might see no more 3 leaving out open from both sides.
Il y a toujours beaucoup de monde à ce bal.
Je ne danse pas très bien, vous savez, Nicole.
Ça ne fait rien. Vous savez danser le twist, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, ce n'est pas difficile.
Alright, so I guess we'll be finally starting the map.
Let's go.
By Parasia, Ruby by Deer.
Il y a toujours beaucoup de monde à ce bal.
Je ne danse pas très bien, vous savez, Nicole.
Ça ne fait rien. Vous savez danser le twist, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, ce n'est pas difficile.
Bien.
So yeah, so now a pretty regular map. Also, look at this SR, it does feel like it's a lot easier compared to the previous warm-up where we have to play a 7.5 star map and a 7.5 star tech map even. And this one is a lot easier in that regard, so you can look at the accuracy battle between these two, and Necromancy is doing a lot better compared to the previous map for the DaiKiu team. And you can see accuracy play definitely have some chance here for DaiKiu's team, but if it isn't accuracy, like a regular speed cap, technical picks may just be Mikoto's favorite in that case.
L'orchestre est beau.
Oui. Allons danser.
Qu'est-ce que c'est, cette danse?
C'est un foxtrot. Vous aimez ça?
J'aime mieux les danses modernes,
Of course,
comme le Madison.
regular Ruby My Dear song, we're gonna hear some French.
Yeah,
Cha-cha.
very standard.
Probably a side read here coming from DaiKiu. He's doing quite well in that case. Doing quite well in these streams. As I say that he's just found a break though. Yes, the slight SV change as the green be careful. A lot of the side read maps, hopefully we won't get a random unsidereadable map from BKTF, which BKTF did pick first take last weekend and got a Nanahida custom map and got kind of cook on that map.
Yeah.
So probably would not do that again. They probably are afraid of that song. We gotta get the roll finally time.
Oh.
DaiKiu rolling a 45 at Shinjin home.
Yep.
On our players, we need Makaki on Riku to do a roll, which Makaki has been a bit of a connection issue.
Il y a toujours beaucoup de monde à ce bal.
Yeah, he's calling him loading, so Makaki is kinda having a bit of an internet issues for now. A 23 from Riku, so DaiKiu will be winning the rolls and Jumon and BKTF will be
Ce n'est pas difficile.
banning.
Bien.
I do believe.
I think Hyrule has to choose, right?
Probably. I am so confused. I have been in like 50 billion tournaments and I can't remember which one is which one. Which unfortunately that's my case. So yeah, they got to choose. First pick or ban, which ban is usually better.
A little bit subjective, but it's mostly objective, maybe.
Yeah. Because after the second pick gives you quite a lot of selections, especially if the pool is smaller. The second pick is a lot more advantageous because opponents might just pick some of your maps, especially near towards the end of the match.
I think it's more important for like a close match like this, perhaps. But they're gonna go for a first pick, so first ban will be going to Mikoto.
Ça commence bien.
A lot of choice here.
Allons dans
You have
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
double time one is gonna be gone, which is
Vous aimez
kinda interesting because knowing that NJ double time we got. So
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that the tech-ish DT is gone.
le cha-cha-cha.
DaiKiu's choice, I think speed should be the obvious weakness here from DaiKiu's team, and I think no more 2 should be the ban here.
Ooh. Oh, I mean, they're gonna get 2 bans in a row. They're gonna go for Hishi2 first. And yeah, we'll see if they wanna go. Yeah, they're gonna go. Yeah, it's a bit interesting.
Absolutely, tech slow HD. I guess it's because DaiKiu is not exactly the best tech player, so they ban it out. But same could be said about Makaki. We'll see what DaiKiu's team ban next. And no more 2 should be a good ban from them. If not, there's also DT2, but I feel like leaving out DT2 to go up against BKTF should be the better case here, but they're gonna be banning out DT2. Alright, so one of the speed map is gone, leaving out the comfy 300 BPM map here. Going up against Makaki, which I think Makaki can definitely eat that map apart. So interesting ban selection, and Makaki's team, which is Jumon, is gonna be not Jumon, BKTF is gonna banning out slow SV.
Il y a toujours beaucoup de monde à ce bal.
So the worst.
Yep, that's for the Auto Buster gone.
Je ne danse pas
Yep,
très bien.
the slow SV with streams with a bit of a spinner sessions. So it's gonna be gone from the pool. Nothing as extremely high,
Bien.
gimmicky, huge practice type of map because of the spinner session. So first pick.
Yeah, that's 2 gimmicky picks gone from the pool in Hishi2 and low SV. Of course, there's still like Flashlight and No Mod 5 still left, but
Moi, j'adore le cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, number 5. Definitely quite interesting gimmicky maps. I can see some players doing quite well from DaiKiu's team, especially DaiKiu and Necromancy should be fine on the gimmicky maps, but they are probably up against either Nuku or NJ in that case, and I don't think that's the best yet, but they're gonna go for Flash Black Flicker. Yep, and this song was actually ranked before by Invisible O, but this is another version here from Solo and Japanese Gaming. A custom map of a tournament on mind you, every single map in this pool is custom. Possibly first pick as well. We don't know what's behind, but right now on the Flashback Flicker, this is a gimmicky map that requires big map scheme, like I mentioned, as the yellow nuts will move in a different SV, and then you have to hit the yellow nuts at a different judgment circle, and that's I guess it's the best way of explaining the map. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, then unfortunately, just look at the map.
yeah, it's kind of like swapping like reading styles when you're doing like normal node versus bar line, you know, when gimmick maps swap between both, but instead this time you're changing where you have to read. So instead of reading left, you have to read towards the right, essentially. Sounds complicated, but the beat map is quite simple, as in the gimmick itself.
Yep.
And yeah.
The map is quite consistent, despite it saying SR of 7.3, but the yellow nuts really master the SR in that case here. And especially if you find the break, you're gonna get some extra combos, because a lot of the yellow nuts happenings does give you extra combos. So a miss here definitely you will build back up to a combo very quickly, but that also means a miss is gonna be a bit less, because the map look is actually more than it should be. An exciting first pick is gonna be NJ from Kotobuki Mikoto and Necromancy, like I mentioned, the gimmicky player, up for DaiKiu's team as our first map of the winners bracket of Blaze Killing Tiger Frontier. Finals match start, and this will decide who will get into at least top 2 of the tournament. Oh, that's what happens if there is no beat map skin enabled. I guess we're gonna get a bit confused on the map. So basically, you look at the slider end of the stream, and the notes starting on it. Both players are holding in close so far.
But it's the slightly better UR from NG Shift that's pulling slightly ahead, 2000-ish points.
It's okay, Hida, you cannot change it. You don't need to change it now, just...
Yeah, it's kinda hard, I think.
Yeah, just don't change it. Okay, so we can see one side who is with an actual skin.
We're getting there,
No.
we're getting there. Hey, there we go.
Alright.
Alright, just in time to see Necromancy find the first miss of the match. And that's gonna give NG Shift a slight lead, but as mentioned, misses don't matter exactly too much with so much combo. And this lead is still quite tiny. Any slip up from NG Shift could definitely cost Mikoto here.
Yeah, now you can see the hitting circle switch to different spots. But that's gonna be catching up Necromancy instead, and that is a 2 miss in favor towards NJ, and that second miss is also quite huge even, dropping down to 10 misses and 40 100s. This SP speed up section is really giving Necromancy a lot of trouble, and that might be the first breakpoint instantly coming from NJ.
That's a pretty hot FC, 16 100s. 990k from NJ Shift, and yeah, an immediate breakpoint. Mod 5 was not the answer for this DaiKiu team. And Mikoto gotta take the first point.
Yeah. Good score here from NJ. Very good accuracy even. Now, moving on to the next pick here from Mikoto, and that might actually already be a very good first breakpoint for Mikoto. They have a lot of choice left.
Yeah, that's where, you know, maybe you wonder if second pick would have been slightly better. Maybe Mikoto would have first picked it, probably not, but yeah. Let's see what Mikoto want to first pick next.
And I think No More 2 should be a pretty good selection here from Mikoto because of speed abuse against the other team. Speed maps and such as usually, say, Ward, Makaki, it's well versed in and stronger than the other team, but they're gonna pick the other speed map, which also works as well, because Frame of 3, it's a speed tag map, and with mods, and speed tag with mod is something that's not really tested in tournaments. And despite this being 144 BPM, this is actually double BPM to 288, and there's a lot of sampling changes, one third with mono patterning as well, and not the highest in terms of scroll speed, so it does give a bit of a skill bonus to hard rock players, but despite the BPM requirement. But yeah, hiddens with Slowdown S3 might be quite a bit uncomfy for players who are not used to playing Slowdown SV hiddens. And we might even see some HDHL play, but I don't think this is going to be the case, as both sides should be a single mod player team, Makaki being hidden. Kyoshin's here, probably going to be putting on a hard rock mod. Yeah, that's expected. We'll be moving on to Urban Fragments. A roster swap from both sides. A very different map has been selected.
We got a classic HD versus HR matchup, as we do expect from these two teams fighting. Yeah, like I mentioned, this map is just a speed tech map. These patternings are very comfortable to roll and play, and it plays well on Kiyoshi's playstyle on that case, but Makaki as well is super well versed in these type of maps. Yeah, so far this match, or this map I should say, set up by Egg, of course, way higher OD on this HR side. and a lot of egg being dropped from Kyoshin. Makaki only dropping 100s on slow sections, it seems. And yeah, extremely short.
The speed requirements is nothing for Makaki. He plays very high scroll speed maps, and a bit of a techie requirement. Despite a bit of a techie requirement in this map, a lot of the techie requirements can just be just do it as like a burst maps, like what Makaki does. Just hit it as like a 1-4 because of the not as high as OD. It's gonna help him in that case. And we're gonna see both players finding a break here, but Kyoshi's misses is bit bigger than Makaki, and Makaki is gonna be up quite strongly in this case.
Yeah, mistake from Makaki. It's not really gonna do anything to the score. Kyoshin on the other hand, without the egg and without the combo, 924k is gonna be the final result here, and Mikoto will pick up a second point.
Not exactly the best start for DaiKiu's team. It's already 2-0 in favor of them.
He's the one for me, there's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line, everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care.
Our next pick from DaiKiu's team. And they are gonna go for the consistent map of the pool, Knight Rider. When you see the map here, you know this map is extremely consistent. Waribashi, this guy only maps very comfy maps. It's kinda similar to Free Muffy in terms of comfiness, but they are a bit more 1-6 and 1-4 patterning, and a bit less spammable that we saw on Free Muffy. You cannot really just like play out this just like a flat out speed map. You still need slightly bit of a finger control on the 1-6 because of a lot slower in terms of in terms of BPM, and they are 1-6 instead of like 1/3 and such. So you still need your fingers to be a bit more focused compared to what we saw on Free Muffy right now. Let's see a singular mod again from Mikoto. I think all three of the players can put on a single mod on this. Probably might actually put hidden that just bit more safer compared to the other two. We do see DaiKiu right here, probably gonna be a HDH Shao, as DaiKiu pretty confident in HDH Shao as well, but he's gonna go for a singular mod again, so it's gonna be a hidden free pick.
Interesting.
So far, still a double S battle. They're probably going to be staying here for quite a long because it's one of the easier maps for the pool, and it's not exactly too weird either. thought it was a double S. DaiKiu drops 3 and then Makaki drops 3 as a... So now back to even place. And but the next share from DaiKiu is now a 100 in favor of Makaki. But it's only that 100 difference.
Oh! That's a huge miss at the end of the stream right there. The speed up gonna catch up DaiKiu, and that's 3 whole misses.
And then here Makaki trying to go step to the rhythm and get as consistent beat as possible. And the final chorus of the pick. Still very similar towards of the entire way of build of offhand pattern is not going to be tripping up any of these players, but and a miss from Makaki needs to come soon if DaiKiu wants to have a chance in this map. And the chance has been slipping away from DaiKiu for Lavisa and tomar, as DaiKiu dropping another time in the final stream of the map. We still have one more in the end, but that's going to be too late to even flip it towards the DaiKiu side.
Yeah, no mistakes from Makaki, just a clean 4-100 FC. And now Mikoto 3 points up, kind of running away with it. Things feeling a bit scary with your DaiKiu's team.
Yeah, absolutely. The fate might be starting to slip out of their hands, but they gotta go pick Hard Rock 2 instead. Interesting challenge going up against Kiyoshin, so right after all the hidden W from Makaki, I thought they would just keep staying on the track of just picking all the hidden maps, all the speed maps, hidden one. Looking like an extremely good pick for Mikoto. Nomad 2 as well, just do the Makaki speed builds, but instead they are going to be challenging DaiKiu's team onto speed SV as a Mizello punch song. You can get some 1/3 requirements in this map. I'm gonna say 1/3 requirements at 222 BPM. Hard Rock is not exactly the easiest because you actually require a bit of a reading approach in this case. So you cannot just roll through without all the patterns. Cannot play with like an autopilot play. You need some readings when it comes to 1/1 switch. If you hit too early, the OD is gonna punish you with a break, and now it's gonna be over for you. As we see Kiyoshi is into the lobby, going up against Nuku in this case. Expected from Kiyoshi's very strong high scroll speed reader, and definitely the main high explosive player for the AGTS range Chileans. You see how can they hold on to some of the 1/3 patterning and hopefully give a chance for DaiKiu's team.
Yeah, calm section at the very start. A little bit of egg dropped from the Chilean side.
They're gonna drop quite a lot. They are hitting a bit late than what they should be. And that late hitting from Kiyoshi is almost gonna give them about a 1 miss ahead favor towards Nuku. Seemingly like a very good pick so far. Just accuracy difference already enough to make 1 miss as both players hit a combo tap. The harder pattern is gonna come. That 1/3, it's gonna give Nuku a bit of an accuracy misjudgment over there, but still of FC between the two, and it's all about the accuracy difference as Kiyoshin slowly running out of stamina.
Yeah, here in the Ki, things kind of stabilizing, but as long as Nuku doesn't find any misses, Kiyoshin doesn't really have a way into this map. And Nuku actually running away with it. 12 100s, not getting any mods. Only Kyoshin that's dropping these 100s. 97% egg. And unfortunately, I mean, something terrible has need to befall Nuku in the last quarter of the map here.
You know, that's horrible news because Kyoshin is actually not that far in terms of unstable rate. It's just their unstable rate is their offset is a bit off. You can see they keep hitting late in that sense. They are holding a pretty nice UR unstable rate, but just not enough against Nuku. As that's gonna be a 2 miss ahead advantage in favor of Nuku. It's gonna be a final sessions with SV speed up with some few more finishes and some denser sessions, but it might be once again nothing can come back from on DaiKiu's team as they don't have the accuracy and the other team is also not making any mistake.
Yeah.
Huge chain of 100 difference, but DaiKiu's team are just 99% most of the maps in the pool.
Yeah, DaiKiu's team getting a little bit active, I feel, on the last few maps. I mean, I say that, but he did find FC so far, so on almost every map. But yeah, even if Nuku finds a miss, I don't think Kyoshin would be able to take it.
Yeah, they need 2 misses to come back from, and there's not much DaiKiu's team could have done. I think Flashlight should be the pick here. You lose out on the hit-ins battle, you lose out on the hard rock battle, you lose out on the gimmick battle. I guess Flashlight is the way to go. You want to shaking things up. And every other pick seems just doesn't look too well for DaiKiu's side. It's not Nuku's pick either, it's DaiKiu's pick.
Yeah.
Our ref is trolling, but a little bit of troll. Alright, they are gonna pick no more free instead.
Yeah, I don't know. This. Oh, DaiKiu's really feel like they're running out of picks. Like, I feel like they should be picking something a little bit different from the last few maps. But number 3, heck, we've already seen a bit of tech come out, so usually if this one's gonna be any different.
I think Flashlight should be the best pick for them, but I mean, I can see why they picked it out of gimmick, but unfortunately, I just don't think they have enough maps to go up against the other team in this pool. Tech is a good shot against the quarter because Nuku has to play them. Nuku's actually a pretty good tech player, but he's like slow-ish SV stuff. You see how Nuku works on them? Usually Necromancy is quite strong in this tech department as well, but I cannot say these 2 players on our screen is actually quite similar players. Like both can play hidden, kind of play hidden quite a bit. Both are really good at hard rock, and both are more tech focused rather than anything. So very similar players on our screen.
Alright, bit of hundreds dropped from Nuku. A lot of hundreds dropped, and that's a miss. So things looking good for Necromancy right off the bat.
First time that we see DaiKiu's team is actually in the lead, and it's looking quite well so far. So there's a double break from Nuku, a triple break from Nuku. That's a combo reset for 3 times, and that is a huge lead for Necromancy so far. And the first glimpse of hope that DaiKiu's team failed throughout the entire match so far. onto the stamina sections. It could be quite rough in terms of stamina engage, and that is gonna be a Nuku finding another drop. This might be a pretty good pick and a half. Necromancy is leading the chart right here in the driver's seat for the first time in the match.
Yeah, things more or less over already, with 1 third of the map left to go. No real way for Nuku to get back into this, and there's Necromancy finds a huge mistake, but it should be DaiKiu getting the first point on their board. That's gonna hold on for the last quarter of the map here.
Chilean team definitely needed that level 99 FC so far still from Necromancy on one of the harder maps of the pool. Despite being called this a tech map, this is more like a speed stamina issue map. It's more like a swing slot of the pool, and I don't necessarily think rest of the pool has a pick like this, so that might be the only pick that DaiKiu's team could benefit quite a bit on. So after this, they have to try to find more areas they can take a point off Kotobuki Mikoto, but this has been a pretty wonderful pick so far from DaiKiu. Finally missing at the end from Necromancy, but the damage has been done. One single break with a 99% solid score from them.
Yep. I'd say it's pretty one-sided, I guess. 60,000 points on a no-mod pick. But yeah. Next up,
Well,
Mikoto. Not
all of
one-sided?
this-
No.
yeah, it's quite one-sided. A lot of
Quite
misses from
one-sided,
Nuku at
Mhm.
the start of the map. I was kind of surprised to see Nuku said they wanna pick this map. I feel like there's a lot better shot for them, like number 2, hidden 1.
Yeah.
I think those of the higher speed stuff, it's a lot better for
Yeah, agreed.
Mikoto.
And they are gonna go for this speed map here, 200 BPM.
Alright, time for autopilot map. This is your real autopilot map of the pool. You kinda don't need a brain to play this. A lot of the patterns are extremely comfortable, especially if you full auto. And this is a map that Makaki could get an access on. There's not even any 1/3 required in this map. It's just extremely straightforward and extremely comfy. And like I mentioned, Makaki can probably get like 2 100s or even an SS on a pick like this. Despite the SR being 7.5, I would say the SR is a lot lower than some of the other maps in this pool.
Yeah. Looks like Necromancy will be playing this. Interesting.
Uh-oh.
In a nocturnal state of mind, children of the night, but it's the only way alive. Black holes pulling me inside of this black heart, the black soul underneath this black, black sky. Baby, you should come with me. I'll take you to the dark side. Me and you and me, we do bad things in the night time. Baby, you should come with me. And we kill a light in the light for the black out, black out, in the light for the black out, black out. Black bird, black moon, black sky, black light, black everything, black, black heart, black key, black diamond, black out, black everything, black, black everything.
Yep. Not much we can talk about as we are still waiting for players to join the map. Okay, DaiKiu, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, huh? Necromancy plays speed? DaiKiu definitely the speediest out of all 3 players. Especially this map being a lot more consistent. I can see DaiKiu doing a lot better than some of the more reading required maps such as like 3x3. But Makaki, it's gonna be a wall to climb, as this is basically Makaki's type of map, and comfy punting and such is definitely up his game, as we already see DaiKiu dropping 7 100s and 3 misses. I don't want to call it already, but this might be it for this map. And that's not me saying that DaiKiu's team is gonna be weak on this map. It's Makaki. This is just what Makaki plays all the time, and I can definitely see him just cross out this map with this absolutely phenomenal score right here. Sessions, and now here onto the stream, and here comes the speed sessions again as we start on the second part of the No More 2, and this is gonna be the density sessions of the map. 100 just being dropped by Makaki, but still nothing from him just yet. Needs a break to let DaiKiu have any chance to come back from this.
Oh, there we go. Bunch of misses from DaiKiu. It's gonna be like 20 odd misses. Makaki will trade a little bit, but it's nothing compared to you, and this lead already 50,000 halfway through the map.
Yeah, a pretty hard chance for DaiKiu to come back. I mean, this is... I expect DaiKiu's team to ban this. But instead they ban on the other speed map, which, fair, but use half another speed map to support, and this is an even quicker map, and that stream right here gonna make DaiKiu miss around 5 more times, and that 5 miss, that not luck could be done deal in this map. It wasn't over already, as Makaki had recovered very nicely for the entire map, still holding on to 99.6 FC, not FC, but a recovery combo here, and gets a pretty good accuracy, still absolutely demolishing this map, dropping 200s in this as we speed up sessions. Might fall off a tiny bit when the stamina hits, but the stamina always gonna hitting the other team first, as DaiKiu dropping a huge bunch of misses again.
One last little section here, but yeah, no chance for DaiKiu here on this No More 2. Almost forgot a second, but yeah, this should be Mikoto securing their 5th point here. Securing their 4-point lead in this finals match. Alright, DaiKiu's team's turn to pick next.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I would say that's definitely loose pick gone from DaiKiu's team. I guess they have hidden one, but I can see DaiKiu doing a lot better and have a chance on hidden one. But it's not gonna be that big. I think Flashlight is the best pick. Okay.
FT.
Alright, it's FT. It's rolling time.
I mean, when you consider that they have to win 3 more maps if they want to win this match, I think FT is a okay pick.
I have to roll something that benefits them. If they roll a speed pick, that could be
Then it might be
horrible.
GG.
Yeah. If they roll a speed, you can see Makaki is wishing for speed. This is such a risky selection from DaiKiu's team, and they get Toxic Stream, and that might be the best for DaiKiu. What is this song? What is this song?
Interesting.
Alright, now players will have 3 minutes of time of able to study the map, and this might be the chance of DaiKiu Sin. I guess they cannot. The RNG favor towards them. They did the pocket pick. 230 BPM, only 7 SR of 7 as well, and knowing Nanahida, you know, his maps are extremely spicy, but no, he wrote Kantan, so probably just your regular offhand map, but regular offhand map might still be a painful business for, because they do have NJ who is quite okay at playing these sort of maps, but they are definitely not sending Makaki again.
Okay, I just took a look at the map, and honestly, it's not that bad. It's just like 230 consistent stream essentially. Offense are kind of minimal. Toxicity is kind of restricted for this map. I don't see anything that's maybe explicitly extremely offhand, like 5-note monos.
Alright.
Maybe some 6 notes, but that's pretty much the extent of the toxicity of the map.
And I believe that's gonna benefit a bit towards Makaki then, because
Yeah. That, of course, it's like death stream, so it's quite a bit of stamina requirement. But yeah, patterns, I want to say simple, but at this BPM, it might be a bit hard.
alright, there's this song and a half. My ears is kinda dying. And how long is this pick actually, GT?
3 minutes.
Okay, I guess we finally hear the song once then. Apparently this is Estonian. Interesting.
Yeah. It's a ranked map. It's like a farm map, right? I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
What? What? I am searching.
Clearly you have not been farming PvE.
Oh my god, this is!
Yeah.
How do you know?
How do you not know? Do you even play Osutaiko? I mean, to be fair, this is like anti your skill set, so I get it.
Yeah, you get it. Alright, into the south of the map. Why is Kiyoshin playing this? Okay, interesting. Oh, this has still have some very disgusting DKK is happening.
Yeah, but this is like pretty easy for these players, surely. The small offhand patterns, again, really watching out for the stream. It's gonna come out about halfway through the map, I believe.
Very nice mono over there, okay. track into the actual parts of the map with sort of a really too toxicity to read patterning. It's not exactly the hardest to read because there's no extra note to trump to troll players, and like 2 notes and 3 notes as well, but like still a bit rough to read if you're not prepared.
Yeah, the on-hand reset is really, there's a lot of on-hand reset, I would say. So it's like KK, BBD, then like regular map, or quote-unquote regular, I guess. So no extended offhand section. Make this kind of easy as we head into the first dream section here. And ooh, it's gonna be Kyoshin, the one finding a miss. Makaki gonna clear the PI here. Kyoshin finding a few misses, and things are looking very scary for DaiKiu on this FT pick.
Yeah, the comfy patterning is giving Makaki a lot of chance to read this map. Still only 500 on this map so far. And he's not gonna run out of stamina. He's gonna be able to play this. This is the map that he plays. Back before he up against in Erika's tournament, I forget he was against one of the top Japanese players, one of the like pretty high ranking Japanese player, and he absolutely take like 2 points off that guy. So like, you know, this guy is extremely good at these type of stuff, and this is just up his key. It's gonna be one more launch stream like GT mentioned right after this part, and it could be the deciders if you don't lock on that part. And here comes
the stream. A little bit fast SV, but it's the wrong person finding a miss here. Kyoshin absolutely finding a lot of misses, and Makaki not finding any mistakes, not even a single 100 being dropped. And that will be the 6th point here for Mikoto on this FT pick. Side read, no issue, 6 100s, easy FC for Makaki.
That's the play here. You make the patterns easier, higher the stamina. Makaki says, "This is up my game." And 100 side read player from Makaki. 10,000 points difference on this pick, and that's a 7-star FC and a half, and in 500 plus range, easy for Makaki as he clears out, helps his team to achieve to break point.
To be fair, I do think this map is a bit farm map. I can't lie.
Yeah, true. I look at the chat and instantly laugh. And yeah, next pick from Kotobuki Bikoto's team. And I think they can kinda close it out with just picking Hidden One and put Makaki in again. I think every other pick is a bit risky, especially the Flashlight and Flame Mod 2. Hard Rock 1 is winnable, but it's gonna be another Necromancy vs. Luku battle. Hidden 1 would be Makaki up against DaiKiu, and I think that's the best selection for Mikoto. Even though the SP might be slightly a bit quick for Makaki, but instead taking for No Mod 1.
A little bit more consistency map. I guess there's a little bit of speed in this, which is maybe why they want to pick it, but...
I mean, it's still OD7, and this is quite easy for an OD7 map, not only 7, but SL7.1 star map, gonna be honest. You expect a lot harder, but this one is quite comfy in that regard. I played this map myself even, and it's not exactly the hardest to read, not the hardest to play, it's just some 1-4-1-6 pattern in the end. The 1-6 is even on the comfiest side, there's not really any like 6 notes, 1-6 patterning, so I'm pretty sure both of these teams could just play this map, and it's gonna be Nuku up against, due to the Kyoshins, should be Kyoshins up against Kotobuki Mikoto, but they are stacked against the walls, and DaiKiu team may just fallen off to the 8th seed team, and this might be one of the first few times that we see an 8th seed team making it into top 2 winners bracket, and that's gonna be pretty insane. It's gonna be Makaki. Okay, it's completely different roster than I'm expecting. Makaki up against DaiKiu in this case. Probably Makaki wanna play this map instead of hidden one. I still think hidden one is a bad take, but we'll see how Makaki works on this selection. He has been on fire this match so far, doing loads of crazy scores left and right. Even though it's more this type of pooling style, but still a lot of good score from him so far for an entire match.
Yeah, hard part of the map comes. Bunch of 1-6, 1-8. The really good really good egg health here from Makaki. Only finding 1-100 throughout that entire kind of dense section, and we're gonna see a miss here from DaiKiu on that 1-6.
And Makaki basically helping the team. 1 foot already in the winners brackets. We went final stage, and could be like that they will already get top 2 of the tournament. They still need to hold on for the last remaining 30% of the map, but again it's just the same thing again and again. This map is quite consistent in that case. You see Makaki is skipping finishers, but he did show a bit of a weakness over there, but it's just a tiny bit, and there goes the switch hand 1-6, and it claims DaiKiu again. There's no combo for their start as Makaki is running away with this. 20,000 points, everyone's ahead, and I believe they're just gonna close that out. 800 so far. What are you doing, man? Entire match, you just farming 99% elo, farming elo left and right in this match, and that's gonna be a done deal.
Yeah. I mean, DaiKiu's team playing amazing the whole time, but just kind of getting FC capped and egg capped throughout the whole match, and that will be Mikoto ending this match 7-1.
Quite surprising, honestly. I feel like Mikoto kind of popped off today. Last week in the match, they just barely able to win the match. Like by tiebreaker, by 6-4. And this time, they destroyed their opponents. Surprisingly, it could be meaning that one side of the brackets are a bit more favored due to reasons, but still, this is a result that I would say we did not expect it, but congratulations to Kotobuki Mikoto, which is Nuku, NJ, which NJ did not play a single map, but they don't even need the high accuracy player in this match. They just need the high skill cap players, Nuku and especially Makaki in this match to play out this match. Makaki basically winning every single map that he played, so absolutely monstrous performance from him. And DaiKiu will be dropping on the loser brackets, but they will still be achieving top 3 of the tournament, and they'll be facing the winners between the other match that is currently happening, Coconut and the King's God, who will be making the top 3 of the tournament with these 2 teams. Be sure to check out on the YouTube channel with our host Shin Jin Hong commentating on that side, and that's gonna be all from us, GP. Do you have any more words on this match?
Nah, congrats for top 2, I guess, from Mikoto.
True. Congrats top 2. Except, I'm pretty sure the loser bracket match is gonna be a lot more exciting in that case, probably in terms of score gap. score range difference. So be sure to go there to look at the YouTube channel. Alright, now Taiko Volunteers which is the Russian team versus the Vietnamese and Norwegian team. So be sure to check out on that side of things. And we're gonna let Nanahida play his match against Lippy and Over the Hedge. So also give some good luck to the chat to our streamer Nanahida, as he definitely needs it to beat out his opponents, even though Peace will probably be playing most of the maps, but be sure to give him some support.